I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say to start off this review because oh, I'll start off like this. It's crazy how you can go from having a really good day to having a really bad day in a matter of seconds. Like Thanos snapping his fingers at the end of Infinity War. All right. And one of the reasons why I'm pissed tonight is not even because of WWE. Yes, WWE did piss me off, and we'll get that in just a sec. But I'm also pissed off because some asshole decided to leak 5 minutes of Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame is one of the most hyped and most anticipated movies of all time. And we are only about a week and a half until we only have a week and a half till the movie releases. And I did such a great job of avoiding spoilers for the movie. And now 5 minutes of it leaked online, and it was sent to me by one of my subscribers. All right. And when I first I was like, what's this? I looked at it, and the few seconds that I saw was such a big spoiler that I legit wanted to shoot myself in the head. For real. I am very pissed off. And, that anger is going to translate into this review because Raw was no better. Raw was absolutely garbage tonight. Absolute garbage. All right, you'll have your freaking retards on the YouTube and your iTunes podcast. Oh, they say the Superstar Shakeup tonight on Monday Night Raw was a success. A success? Really? WWE is a fucking joke. There's a reason why Sasha Banks informed WWE that she's not showing up tonight. Right? And all these rumors say Sasha Banks is going to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup. Shut the hell up. What do you guys know? If I'm Sasha Banks, I'm walking out of WWE and I'm declaring myself all in. Because the way this company is right now is a fucking joke. It is a joke. From top to bottom, it's a joke. Oh yeah, AJ Styles is finally on Monday Night Raw. So that makes the Superstar Shakeup a success? Really? Here's the problem with the Superstar Shakeup. The problem with the Superstar Shakeup is not the Superstar Shakeup, to be honest. The problem is WWE's creative team is a bunch of fucking retards that don't know how to write and book their shows properly. That's the problem. If you had writers that knew what the hell they were doing, there would be no need for a Superstar Shakeup. There really wouldn't. But yet, no, WWE is like, oh yeah, we have to do a Superstar Shakeup every year because that's going to make things fresh. That's going to bring new matchups, new names, etc., etc., etc. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's not about the new matchups. It's not about the new names. It's about the creative direction of the superstars on each brand. And WWE has no direction when it comes to their creative team. There is no direction. All right? Each and every week you see it. It's 7:30 30 minutes before Raw comes to air. Vince McMahon is like, here's what we got for tonight. They have no long-term booking. They have no plans for what they want to do. They go week by week. And that's not a way to run a wrestling company. I don't understand how hard it is for WWE to get it right. Look at NXT and how fluid and how consistent their storytelling is. It's not that difficult. If Vince McMahon would take 5 fucking minutes to look at what NXT does, then maybe he would get a hint of how to make the main roster better and more watchable. But no, he thinks, oh yeah, as long as we're bringing money in, as long as people are paying for our t-shirts and all this other bullcrap, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Please, it's a load of crap. And yes, the Viking experience, are you fucking kidding me? Really? The War Raiders, one of the best tag teams in the entire company. Did anybody not see their match against Ricochet and Aleister Black from NXT TakeOver New York last week? Did nobody watch that? So what? Vince McMahon gets his hands on the War Raiders, and what does he do? First, look what happened to what's his name? Offers of Pain. We haven't seen them in days, weeks, months. When was the last time they appeared on Monday Night Raw? When they got the Monday Night Raw, not only did they take away their manager, they gave them Drew Maverick, who's a fucking cloud himself. Drake Maverick, whatever you want to call him. They changed their name from the Offers of Pain to AOP. And then they had a 2-month run with the Raw Tag Team titles and have not been on television since. Really. All right. Now the War Raiders, you do the same exact thing. The Viking Experience? What kind of tag team name is that? Why? Why did you change them from the War Raiders to the Viking Experience? There is nothing appealing about that at all. Hey, the Viking Experience, they should have Sarah fucking Logan be their fucking mascot. Really? The Viking Experience. That's like something I should go see at a museum. Oh yeah, I want to learn about Vikings. Let's go to the museum and take on the Viking Experience. What the fuck is Vince McMahon thinking? What? If Undisputed Era gets called up to SmackDown Live tomorrow night, are you going to change them from Undisputed Era to Undisputed? Is that what you're going to do them? Or are you just going to call them UE? Really? Is that what you're going to do? This company is a joke. From top and bottom, the Superstar Shakeup was absolutely terrible tonight. There was very little enjoyable about Monday Night Raw tonight. It was very skippable. Very skippable. But here we are, our Shakeup tonight. We're going to go through all this changes, everybody who joined the Monday Night Raw brand. Man, but really, this company, man, I don't understand how hard it is to book their superstars correctly. For real. All right, but I'm just getting my notes looked up. So here, I have the full list of all the superstars. So we had The Miz, the Viking Experience, Cedric Alexander, who got moved from 205, kind of like what they did with Mustafa Ali, and they moved him from 205 to SmackDown. They're doing that with Cedric Alexander. I actually like that move. Andrade Cien, Zelina Vega, Rey Mysterio, the Usos, Naomi, Eric Young. So they broke up Sanity. All right. So you know Nikki Young, I believe, is on SmackDown, and the rest of Sandy is on SmackDown, and you have Eric Young now as a singles competitor. All right, we barely see Sandy on television, so, and thank you, Chris. I really appreciate you saying that. I feel it's underrated too, man. Let's get the word out there. But Eric Young getting moved to Monday Night Raw. What is that going to do for his career? Are you going to build Eric Young? No, you're not. All right, we know you didn't build Sandy up when they first arrived in the main roster. So what about Eric Young are you going to build on Monday Night Raw? Tell me, is he going to be a jobber? Is he going to be like the next Kurt Hawkins? That's what I see going for Eric Young. I don't see them using him at all in any capacity. Lacey Evans, which I'm going to rant about. Lacey Evans getting a fucking title shot against Becky Lynch. Really? What has she done on the main roster to deserve anything? Thank you, CJ. Man, and me and Moose had a conversation tonight. Moose actually likes Lacey Evans. If Lacey actually fucking wrestled every once in a while, maybe I would actually care about her. Just maybe. But I don't. Because when your gimmick is walking down the ring and walking back up and not doing crap, and yet you get a title shot, this is the exact reason why Sasha Banks wants out of WWE. Stuff like this. Sasha Banks is a million times better than the Lacey Evans ever will be. And I'm sorry, all right? But when you're a big-breasted blonde on WWE, you're automatically over in Vince McMahon's eyes. Alexa Bliss, the Charlotte Flairs, the Lacey Evans, the Carmellas, etc., etc., etc. It's bullshit. It really is. It's a bunch of bullshit. And AJ Styles. And let's be honest, we all knew AJ Styles was getting moved up. Was getting moved to Monday Night Raw, which is a demotion for him. AJ Styles, you guys know, in my opinion, is the best wrestler in the world. Male superstar. One of my dream matches is him versus Johnny Gargano. All right? But Gargano's still in NXT. We all know everything going on about that. But for real, All right, AJ Styles getting moved to Monday Night Raw is a demotion because for the last 3 years he's been on SmackDown Live, the house that he built SmackDown Live up the last 3 years with everything that he did, and now he's getting moved to Monday Night Raw. How long till they fuck him up? And yes, it'll be hard because AJ Styles is AJ Styles, but still, and we all know Vince McMahon has been wanting AJ on Raw for years now, and he finally got his wish tonight. Fuck this, man. But we're gonna start off. I promise you, man. This show is. I mean, not this show. This review will not be long. All right. This 10 minutes. Basically, that's basically everything. I'll see you, Chris. Thanks for coming through. Scrolling through. What? How did the show start off? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course, we would have to start with the Authority, Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon. Stephanie came out to give a little speech about the shakeup, how people would be getting moved through brands, like we needed to know that. And he used this as a way to introduce Shane McMahon, the best in the world, that garbage. And, Shane came out and he started giving a speech. And then I knew this was coming. I don't know where Miz's music plays. And, he doesn't come out through the stage. He comes through the crowd, attacks Shane McMahon from behind, and they start brawling. So it looks like their feud is not over yet. I don't know what's planned for it because, yes, they had a good match at Mania, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. They need to move on, let's get Miz doing something else. Right now, Miz as a babyface, it's all right. It's working right now, but I'm hoping they don't ruin it for him. And I feel like not superstar. Him being on Raw, it's not gonna work. I really think that. All right. Ever since 2016, when you look at it, how many times has the Miz moved brand since 2016? 2000. He was originally drafted to SmackDown Live in 2016 when he was Intercontinental Champion. Then in 2017, he was moved to Raw. Then in 2018, he was moved back to SmackDown. And then this year again, now he's on Monday Night Raw again. And, how many times did Miz move brands way back in the brand split we had a couple years ago? Like, let's be serious here. Miz on Monday Night Raw is not going to do anything for him. He was actually getting himself over on SmackDown Live. Now, I feel like his babyface run is going to come to a complete halt with him being back on Monday Night Raw. That's just me being honest about it. All right? That's just me being honest. It's that simple. But, yeah, that's how Raw started off. What's next? The Viking Experience, which we kind of already talked about, how WWE has already ruined the War Raiders before they even made their debut. Let's be serious. The War Raiders were one of the best tag teams in the world. And the second you debuted them tonight as the fucking Viking Experience, really, if anything, you should just send them down to the NFL to be the mascots for the Minnesota Vikings. Have Sarah Logan there with them and his husband. Like, come on, what the hell are we doing here? The Viking Experience? Vince McMahon, man, you need to go. You honestly need to go. You have no idea what you're doing. I'm going to skip through this part. I want to really talk about the Sami Zayn segment tonight. All right, we had a moment of bliss with Alexa Bliss. Which I like her doing the talk show way more than seeing her fucking wrestle. And I've met Alexa Bliss. She's a nice person, but she can't wrestle. She just can't. She's not appealing in the ring. The only reason why they put her there is because she's hot. That's about it. All right, she's much better when she's doing her moment of bliss segment. So she comes out tonight and she announces that her guest is Canada's own Sami Zayn. And Sami Zayn came out and the crowd went absolutely wild. All right, easily the biggest pop of the night. They were singing along to his theme song. He was jumping up and down, going crazy on the stage. And then he eventually just calmed down and sat down back in his chair. And then they played his music again because the crowd wouldn't be quiet. All right, they wouldn't be quiet. They were so excited to see him. All right, and he goes crazy again, and then he talks about how much he loves Quebec, but he doesn't like the people. All right, this is basically a continuation of what he did last week. I heard last week that his promo was unscripted. I didn't do too much research on that, but hey, it definitely sounded unscripted because it felt like he was talking a little bit more from the heart. But I absolutely love what they did with Sami Zayn tonight. And basically, he just starts ranting on the people of Quebec, like how yes, I'm from here, but these people are not my people. So yes, he considers himself a Canadian. He considers himself from Quebec, but he does not consider himself with these people. He's a different kind of Quebec person in his own eyes. Very funny, very hilarious. I love what they're doing with Sami Zayn right now. This was easily the best part of Raw in my eyes. He basically said, "Yes, I don't even live here anymore. I live in sunny Orlando, Florida." And basically, then the fans start booing him. Alexa Bliss, although she was acting a little bit like a baby face here. I hate when they do this for her. If you want to turn Alexa Bliss face, just do it already. Stop tweet not tease. Stop, teasing her. 1 week she's a heel, another week she's a tweeter, another week she's a babyface. Make your decision. At the end of the day, I don't care. Alexa Bliss is Alexa Bliss at the end of the day. You're gonna make her babyface, make her babyface. Just do it. Stop, teasing it each and every week. All right. But Alexa Bliss is going like, how can you not consider yourself these people when they're here supporting you, yada yada yada. And then Sami's like, um, and Sami is like, I left Quebec to move to Florida, just like I'm gonna leave this place right now. And basically, the crowd is singing, hey, goodbye, na 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 na. I wish they would do that for fucking Vince McMahon. All right. Oh my gosh. If Vince McMahon retired or just quit or was fired somehow, I would be the first one at WWE headquarters in Connecticut singing na 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 na. Fuck you, Vince. Goodbye. We might have to do that every week now. Na 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 na. Fuck you, Vince. Goodbye. I can't stand your ass, Vince. Fuck you. All right. But Sami Zayn, he leaves and the crowd is booing him out, singing that song, and he's like, see you in hell. All right. Very, very good segment. Easily the best segment of the night. All right. Um, but let's get back on track here. Hold on, let me get let me put the notes back in order. All right, so next later we had the Raw Tag Team title, Raw Tag Team Champions Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, Aleister Black, and Ricochet going up against the Revival and the Viking Experience. All right, so I don't know what the hell I already ranted on the Viking Experience enough tonight. One thing I don't understand is why are Ricochet and Aleister Black still a tag team? I thought they were going to use the Superstar Shakeup to separate these two. One goes to Raw, another goes to SmackDown. All right, yes, their run as a tag team was good, but they're not meant to be a tag team. They're meant to be single stars. Aleister Black to be in the main event. Ricochet, he has main event talent as well, but I see him much more being used in the mid card on the main roster. Instead, they're still doing this whole tag team thing. Like what? They lost how many Raw Tag Team Championship matches? How many SmackDown Tag Team matches have they lost? They lost NXT Tag Team matches. Like, come on, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? All right, like they're gonna be the Viking Experience, man. I still, even though I ranted about it already, I still can't stand this. Really can't. And it looks like they're heels for right now. This was terrible. This was terrible. All right. No one even cared about this match. It was the fact that they changed their name to the Viking experience. They were, and the thing about it is, the War Raiders were not even ready to come up to the main roster. Yes, they have the talent, but they were better to be. They it was better for them to stay in NXT and maybe come up after SummerSlam or something like that. All right. Not only did you change your name, not only did you bring them up early, not ready. Like, really, man, WWE, I don't understand how hard it is for them. Like Triple H, they spent so much time trying to make these superstars look important in NXT, and then they just come to the main roster and Vince and Kevin Dunn fucking ruin them. Like, come on. All right, next up, we had Finn Balor versus Andrade Cien Almas. All right, and there was rumors saying that it was most likely they're gonna have Samoa Joe move back to Monday Night Raw, and Finn Balor was finally gonna be moved to SmackDown. Samoa Joe did not show up at all tonight, so it looks like Finn Balor, unless he loses the Intercontinental Championship out of nowhere, it looks like Finn Balor is staying on Raw another year, which is absolutely frustrating because Finn Balor has been on Monday Night Raw forever. Same thing with Sasha Banks. Like, how hard is it? How hard is it to make simple decisions? Everybody wants Finn Balor to move the SmackDown Live. You could have him reunite with Luke Gallows and Anderson, reform the club. But no, it said you're keeping Finn Balor on Monday Night Raw. For what? For what? And Andrade Cien Almas, what's going to happen with him on Monday Night Raw? Yes, I would like to see him, take the Intercontinental Championship, and he defeated Finn Balor easily tonight. So maybe they're gonna set up, Andrade versus Finn, maybe for Money in the Bank, but still, Andrade Cien Almas on Raw. I feel like you should have kept him on SmackDown because I feel like he's just gonna get buried on Raw. To be honest, that's just me being simple. All right. Also, next up, we had Elias. Elias had another concert, or at least he tried. We all know how this goes. Every single week, Elias does his little stick in the ring. Imagine getting paid just to play the guitar and barely having to wrestle. All right. But basically, this week, that he got interrupted by Rey Mysterio, and basically, you know, Elias, drifting, away from the ring. Lars Sullivan comes out, and he, once again, he continued what he did last week. Last week, it was Kurt Angle. Then on SmackDown, it was the Hardy Boys. This week, he takes out Rey Mysterio. So each and every time we see him, he's attacking veterans. It seems like that's his thing. At the end of the day, I don't care. I really don't. Lars Sullivan, he has talent, and he could be a big name on the main roster, but I'm with the majority here. He is not going to be important on the main roster. Give it a couple months, he will be an afterthought because the fans, based on what we've seen, the fans just don't give a damn about Lars Sullivan, and I don't blame them. I don't blame them at all. All right. So I don't know if this means Lar is officially exclusive to Raw because it doesn't make any sense to have him continue to go on Raw and SmackDown, especially with the Superstar Shakeup. If you're gonna have him on Raw, keep him on Raw. All right. Don't have him switching brands in every week. Like, make a decision and stick by it. Next up, all right, we had the Usos versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. This was an obvious thing. The Usos, in my opinion, everyone knows the Usos are my favorite tag team in the world in WWE right now, other than Undisputed Era. And we all knew they were getting moved up, or not moved up, they were getting moved to Raw. It was pretty obvious with them dropping the SmackDown tag titles to the Hardy Boys last week on SmackDown. The Usos have been on SmackDown since the start of the brand split. So definitely get moving them on Raw. It's gonna make the Raw tag team division better. All right. We don't know what's gonna happen with SmackDown. The revival, I still think the revival are gonna be moved to SmackDown tomorrow night, but we'll have to wait and see. Because now that you have the Usos on Raw, you have the War Raiders. The Raw tag team division, is actually looking a little bit better. It's looking a little bit better, but still, in my opinion, it would probably be the best for everybody if they just merge the tag team divisions. But hey, ESJ, I did a video on the Sasha Banks situation. I don't know where you've been the last couple of days. I've already talked about the Sasha Banks situation on the channel. If you haven't seen those videos already. But the Usos defeated Bobby Roode and Gable. It looks like Roode and Gable are heels now. All right, but still, you've already run Bobby Roode. He's no longer the Roode from NXT. So hey, it's not like you're gonna change him now. Next we talked about the Sami Zayn segment already. And this pissed me off. So basically, earlier today, Bailey was backstage. All right, she was backstage, and she was seen calling Sasha Banks. All right, this was definitely done per story, and you guys already know how I feel about the Sasha Banks situation. If you haven't checked out my rants on that, go check that out. Those things are live on the channel. But Bailey was seen backstage, calling Sasha Banks. But Bailey's calling Sasha Banks backstage, and she's telling her, "Oh, call me whenever you get this message." Yada yada yada. And then the Iconics come out. All right, the Iconics confront Bailey, and they're like, "Oh, where's Sasha? I feel bad for you. It looks like without Sasha, you'll never be getting those Raw or getting those women's tag team titles back anytime soon." And then Bailey's like, "You guys talk a lot, so meet me in the ring, and I'll have a new partner tonight." All right. And basically, Bailey's new partner was Naomi. All right, Naomi got moved from SmackDown to Raw. Not a big move. I don't really care, but and it made sense just because the Usos are on Raw, so and it would definitely be difficult for the Usos. We all know Jimmy Uso's married to Naomi, so it just made more sense that way. But I don't really care at the end of the day about Naomi. She's a decent performer, but she's not going to do much. What happens? They basically squash the Iconics in less than 3 minutes. Yeah. So I don't know if this sets up, Bailey and Naomi to get a women's tag team title shot in the future. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. There's a lot of rumors going around that Sasha could be getting moved to SmackDown, even though I doubt it, because everyone knows that Sasha wants to be moved to SmackDown because there's a much better chance that she would be booked, you know, in an important manner on SmackDown. But hey, um, I don't know really because they did not make a lot of changes to the women's division for Raw. All right, the only change that they really made was Naomi, Selena Vega, because Selena Vega she occasionally wrestles, and that was basically it. And Lacey Evans. All right. And Lacey Evans, that's not a big thing because before she was appearing on both Raw and SmackDown. This just confirms that she's on Raw now. So Lacey Evans and Naomi, not big things. I don't know what they plan on doing. I don't know they plan on, having Becky keep both belts because, and we'll get into this in just a sec. They teased that, Natalya wants the Raw women's belt. She didn't say she wanted both belts. She specifically said that she wanted the Raw women's belt. So maybe they're going to have Becky drop one of those belts and move back to SmackDown. Or maybe she'll drop the SmackDown belt and move the Raw permanently. Because I don't see Becky, unless they have a unified women's championship, which I don't think they're doing, I don't know. I really don't know. You know, Charlotte's still on SmackDown. All right, Charlotte was not moved to Raw, so Charlotte's still on SmackDown. Asuka is still on SmackDown. You never know. Maybe because Ronda is still in play, they could pull a big move and move Ronda to SmackDown. I don't know. All right. Maybe Sasha. We'll have much more clarity once we see SmackDown Live tomorrow. I'm trying not to speak on the women's division too much because look, the Raw women's division is still. If I had to pick one, I would rather have Becky drop the SmackDown women's belt and then just be on Raw because if you keep her on SmackDown, it would be repetitive. Like we've seen Becky versus Charlotte 1,000 times since SummerSlam. We've seen Becky versus Asuka already. Becky on Raw. At least there's some. I guess you could say some fresh matchups for her. And then you never know if Ronda comes back. There is rumors saying that Ronda is might be pregnant. She's on vacation with her husband right now, but I don't know what they're doing. But hey, if Ronda does come back later in the year or whatever, they can definitely still do a Ronda versus Becky feud because we still never got that that one-on-one payoff. I would rather have Becky on Raw instead of SmackDown. And then if you want to move Sasha over there, yes, but remember Charlotte's still over there, Asuka's still over there. I don't know, you know. And yes, we've seen Banks versus Flair, but when was the last time we saw that? 2016. Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I have no idea what they're gonna do. We'll have to wait till tomorrow night. Maybe there's some kind of trade. We'll have to wait till tomorrow night to find out. Get some more clarity on the women's division. Um, what happened? But yes, Bailey and Naomi defeat the Iconics. Great women's tag team champions you have over there, WWE. First, last week you had them beat the Brooklyn Brawlers local competition in 2 minutes. Wow, way to make them look important. Then you have them lose on Monday Night Raw to Bailey and Naomi in less than 3 minutes. The women's tag team division is a fucking joke. And it proves, Sasha has every right to be frustrated. Every right to be frustrated because they were promised a long run with those championships that make them look important. Do the titles look important on the Iconics right now? No, they look like a fucking joke. And that's all Vince McMahon's fault. Fuck him. All right? Fuck him. All right. So EC3 wanted competition tonight. EC3 wanted competition, and all this was Braun Strowman coming out and absolutely demolishing him. All right, he basically sent him through LED boards to send him all around the arena. There's rumors saying Strowman could be sent to SmackDown. I would definitely like that move because Strowman on Raw, we've seen enough of him on Raw, and still with Roman and Seth there, like we've seen those matches, and plus you want Strowman to look important, send him to SmackDown Live, but still. Strowman sent EC3 through the stage with a choke slam. That's about it. How long till EC3 wants to move out of WWE? Let's be serious here. Like, come on. EC3 was better off in TNA than he is on WWE's main roster. An absolute joke. All right, Becky Lynch versus Ruby Riott. Didn't care about this match at all. This was a very short match. Ruby loses when Becky puts the disarm her. She taps out. All right. Natalya came out to challenge Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championships, which we already saw. Then Lacey Evans came out and basically taunted both women. And then she challenged Natalya to a one-on-one number one contenders match. And basically, Lacey Evans won the match. Won the match with a moonsault. Her moonsault is so much better than Charlotte's. It's absolutely crazy, to be honest, how much better her moonsault is than Charlotte's. All right. But the what was it? The fact that Lacey Evans got a Raw Women's title opportunity is a fucking joke. All right. I already kind of ranted about this, man. But, Lacey Evans, yes, she's talented in the ring. But what has she done to deserve a women's championship opportunity? When you walk down the fucking ring every week and you walk back up, that's what you get. But, yeah, if you're a blonde, you clearly get moved up to the top of the ladder when it comes to WWE. It's that simple. It's a bunch of bullshit. It really is. I really hate this company for it. All right. I don't want to talk about this anymore. Lacey Evans and Natalya, neither one of them deserves a woman's title opportunity. None of them have done anything. All right. But at the end of the show, we had Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and their mystery partner going up against Corbin, Lashley, and Drew McIntyre. If you guys remember last year with this Superstar Shakeup, XL Center, when they had the Raw's Shakeup, and basically they did a huge 4v4, 5v5. See, they used this to move Bobby Roode to Monday Night Raw. They did the same thing tonight. The mystery partner for Rollins and Reigns was AJ Styles. No surprise. Everybody saw it coming. There was a couple people that thought it was like Mustafa Ali. Nah, it was easily AJ Styles. But at the end of the day, I didn't watch the match because I was pretty pissed off already about the end game leaks. So I just came on and got the review set. All I know is Seth hit a curb stomp on Lashley, then Reigns hit a spear on Lashley, and then Styles ended it with the Phenomena Forearm. Definitely yes. This will hopefully give us that dream match. And I'm thinking hopefully WWE is patient. Your main event for SummerSlam should be Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles for the Universal Championship. We've been wanting that dream match for years now, and definitely have it. Hopefully, WWE can hold off on it just for a couple months because WWE's impatient. Wants them book that match for the Money in the Bank. All right, but at least till SummerSlam, hold off on the Styles and Rollins feud. Give us that match, the main event. SummerSlam. I would love it, but watch them do Styles versus Reigns versus Rollins at SummerSlam. Oh my gosh! Or maybe they'll do a Fatal 4-Way and put Strowman in there for all we know, or like Drew McIntyre. I don't know where they're gonna go, because this company it's just a bunch of retards. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it. All right, and one last thing before I get out here. Fuck you, Corey Graves. Fuck you, man. All right. So during the Bailey and Naomi match, all right, when Bailey and Naomi were going up against the Iconics, Corey Graves said this on commentary, and I quote, Sasha Banks left the game and went home. This is clearly a shot at Sasha Banks from Vince McMahon because this had to be fed from Vince McMahon. We know all the time Corey Graves, he's always talking crap about Sasha. Always, saying crap, calling her out, insulting her. And basically, if I was Sasha Banks, what I would have done? I would have easily gone on Twitter. Yeah, left the game like you left your wife and kids when you cheated on Carmella during SummerSlam weekend. You fucking clown. I don't care if it's scripted. All right. The fact that WWE is taking these shots at Sasha Banks when she is actually going through shit, when you have took the best female wrestler in the world and you have made her feel like crap because of the way she's been booked in the last 4 years, right? You gotta have a fucking prick like Corey Graves go up on live television and said Sasha Banks left the game and went home. What is Corey Graves, Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, your creative team? You're all a bunch of fucking clowns, all right? All of you. I really do. I hope you all rot in hell for that. I mean that with all my heart. Corey Graves, you're a fucking clown. I hope your kids never see you as a father. And I mean that. I really do. All right. I really mean that. All right. I can't stand you. I really can't. All right. Really, SJ, I talked about the tag team division. Just go back later to the review. All right. Or earlier the review. I already talked about the tag team division. But still, Corey Graves, you're a fucking clown. All right. And I hope really, but from the bottom of my heart, I hope your kids never forgive you. I hope your ex-wife, if she's your ex-wife at this point, I hope she never forgives you because you're a fucking clown and you don't deserve to be happy. All right. You really don't. And I mean that. For real. Fuck you, Corey Graves. Fuck you. That's about it. Yes, that's about it for your Monday Night Raw review. All right. I'm going to get out of here. We have the Superstar Shakeup tomorrow, SmackDown. I'll be back with that review tomorrow night. This company is a bunch of assholes. We'll see what they do. I'll update it on the whole Sasha Banks situation. Also, so be careful. Do not let yourselves get spoiled. And other than that, that's about all I got for you guys today. Make sure to enjoy this video. Follow me on. Have a great day, guys. Peace.